I'm John Airy and I love Topeka. And if I were to sum up the Capital City Crushers into one word, that word would be awesome.
It's not what a lot of people have in their mind as roller derby because, you know, a lot of it back in the day was staged. It was on a bank track. People were paid to do it. It's not like that anymore. It's flat track. We're not paid to do it. We actually have to raise our own money for our team. It's real sport. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of cardio, but it's a lot of fun.
You like hockey, the speed in hockey, the agility that you see with football players, the concentration that a pitcher in baseball would have to take. You take all the sports, everything that they do, and you combine it into roller derby, and that's what you had.
Well, when you come to a roller derby bout, you can really expect the most eclectic group of people you will ever find. You will have my 85-year-old grandmother sitting in the stands ringing her little cowbell, yelling "Go Feisty," to skaters' children that are yelling their mommy's names, and friends, family. It's not just like a 20s, 30s age group thing, you know.
It's really enjoyable and people get into the action, and they love it when a girl slides into their laps. So a lot of hitting the concrete and then hitting each other. You can't be timid. If you're afraid to fall down, this is not your sport. You got to give it 110%. I mean, there's times when you're skating hard, you don't have to hit anybody. I mean, you can trip over your own feet and hit the wall. So you've got to get over that fear of falling, and that's one thing that you do learn as a skater is how to fall properly and hopefully get right back up.
Roller derby is like having this whole other personality. It's like this alter ego. So at work, you know, I'm a nurse, so I work in the operating room, so I have to be professional and, you know, I have to keep it clean. But here, it's not professional. You know, I come to have a lot of fun, but I come to be an athlete as well. And so sometimes maybe some not so nice words slip out of my mouth. Sometimes I just say them because I can. That really brash side of you, that really aggressive side of you, totally come out on the track. And, you know, a lot of people's jobs don't allow that.
I would say the first time I got to get into a hitting drill, that's when the adrenaline got going again. It was just like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for.
It's addicting. It's fun. It's vigorous. But it's very addicting. It's one of those things that if you have a bad day, you can come in here, you can skate, and when you leave, you'll have a smile on your face.
It's just like this love, you know, there's a lot of camaraderie, and it's like a sisterhood, you know, to have this many friends. And you know how girls are, oh, I've got your back, blah, blah, blah. But in roller derby, it's a true story. You don't want to mess with a roller girl when her girls are around because you're probably going to have a little trouble on your hands.
The ladies of the Capital City Crushers. Just another reason I love Topeka. I'm John Airy and I love Topeka. And if you have a best friend who needs to get out of the house, you should bring him over here to the Hills Bark Park, here in Gage Park.
I can come out here in the world's worst mood, ready to perform road rage on somebody if I've had a bad day, and 10 minutes after being out here with the dogs, it's like nothing ever happened. My dog here is Sleepy. The first time I brought him out here, his tail never came out from between his legs, but within 2 weeks, now he thinks this is his second home.
Why do you come to the Bark Park?
For Penny, so she can make friends. She can run around. She doesn't have a backyard at home to run around in, so she meets all the people and the friends, and she makes friends here. That's the best part. Gets all their energy out too, so they don't whine at you all day.
Well, we have a dog that's about a year old. He's a pup and he needs a lot of exercise, so this is a great chance for him to stretch his legs and get some exercise. Well, I think the best thing is that it's centrally located in town, and it's free.
It's cheap entertainment. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Rates up there with the governor's mansion and the trail system.
A lot of people with the dogs are here, and I would say it's, you know, top 10 places to visit in Topeka. It's a great hidden secret in Topeka. Not a lot of people are aware of it, but once you get here, you have a good time.
It's my favorite place in Topeka.
The Hills Bark Park. Just another reason I love Topeka. I'm John Airy, and I love Topeka and the great mural wall located at 20th and Western.
It's a community project, art project, and it was started by Chesney Park Neighborhood Association, which is just to the west of the wall between the fairgrounds and Washburn. There were a lot of guns and drug activity in the neighborhood, and so the neighborhood association was looking at ways to get kids involved and to show the pride of the neighborhood. And they wrote a grant, and the first mural that was done was by Dave Lowenstein and the Chesney Park Neighbors, and it was about a wonderful man, Grant Cushenberry, who did charitable work for years in Topeka.
It's a Topeka history and vision. Community groups come together, have town hall meetings and focus groups to decide what they want on the mural panel. Work with our mural artist, draws up the mural panel and brings it back to the group, and they give their input. The drawing gets transferred to the wall. The people that came up with the ideas and the people that are sponsoring the mural panel get involved transferring it to the wall, and then they get involved with painting it.
This wall is important to us because it has meant an entire turnaround of the attitude and the nature in the neighborhood, and in fact in the whole city, and you know, we've even gotten national recognition.
It brings color and joy. People always come by and go, oh, it makes me so happy when I drive by. And then also it's a storytelling device, so people will look at it once, but you need to come back and you need to just spend a little time and read the stories going by on the wall. So it tells young people especially about the history of their neighborhoods and their area, and then it reminds and brings up memories for elders. It's just a lovely community builder.
Each mural panel costs about $16,000. All our funds are deposited with the Topeka Community Foundation, and anybody that would like to make a donation, send it to Topeka Community Foundation, Great Mural Wall Project, and it will get put in the right spot.
The Great Mural Wall of Topeka. Just another reason I love Topeka.
What I love about Topeka is that it's small enough that you can make a difference, and it's big enough that it matters.
I'm John Airy, and I love Topeka, and groups like Topeka Common Ground.
Topeka Common Ground program does community gardens here in Topeka, and they've been doing mainly school gardens. And we've grown with the addition of a Vista volunteer, so that we've been able to add 8 new gardens this year.
Most of the reason why I love the job is to be able to teach kids and other people, other adults, where our food comes from, and also to show them the whole process, you know, from a seed to being able to eat whatever it is we harvest.
Connecting to nature is something that we all crave and don't realize how much we crave it. Children show us that by their delight in finding worms, looking at moths and butterflies and critters, and their enjoyment of the plants and even the weeds that are growing.
We bring the kids over here because this is their community and it's their garden, and teaching them where their food comes from and how it grows is an important part of being alive.
It does take some work on the part of people, but you'll be surprised, as Wendy and I don't want to go out in the garden in this heat, and once we're out here for a half an hour with kids or with neighbors or whatever, it is so much fun.
I mean, we get a lot of people involved just by walk-ups, people coming, wondering what it is we're doing, and also, you know, our website and Facebook, and also largely word of mouth. Just people that are already involved get, you know, friends and neighbors involved as well, coming in to join us.
Community gardens enrich the soil, you know, and the soul.
Community gardens in the capital city. Just another reason I love Topeka.
I come to the farmers market in Topeka because it offers things that I can't get at a grocery store.
A lot of the produce that's here just tastes a little better because it's just a little bit fresher.
Tomatoes, asparagus, spinach, carrots, you name it.
It's like a promenade. There's so many people out here. You can see people that you know and visit with them and talk and have a good time.
I just saw somebody that I haven't seen for 5 years.
The farmers market is right here at our beautiful capital in Topeka, Kansas, every Saturday.
I'm John Erie, and I love Topeka. That's why I got real excited the other day when I saw this game at my local video game retailer. It's called Downtown Topeka Boom Boom Parking Challenge. I've never heard of it before, and I've never heard of the company who makes it either, Misperception Games. It's all kind of a mystery to me. I mean, it looks pretty cool from the packaging here. I don't know if you can see that. And it says on the back here that it's based on real traffic studies, so it must be pretty exciting. How about we put it in the old Xbox and take it for a spin? Okay, hey, that's some really good graphics there. All right, so I guess let's push start and get this thing rolling. Okay, level 1. Let's give it a whirl here. Find a parking spot in downtown Topeka at noon on a Wednesday. You have 5 minutes to complete the challenge. Sounds pretty tough. All right, well, let's see how it goes here. Okay, let's do a parking brake, and then I'm gonna turn left there. Okay, I like the controls here. Oh, there it is. Yep, hey, all right. Well, that was easy. Okay, well, let's move on to level 2. That should be probably more challenging, you'd think, right? Find a parallel parking spot in downtown Topeka at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. You have 3 minutes to complete the challenge. Okay, that sounds much more difficult. All right, here we go. Oh, man. I've never been good at parallel parking. It's always been just a real pain for me. Okay. Oh, and wow. Again, pretty easy. I'm sure this game gets much harder the more you play. All right, well, let's move on to level 3 here. I'm sure this will be my final level. That's it? Well, it must be a really hard level, one you have to play a lot. Alright, find 3 parking spots in downtown Topeka at 8 a.m. on a Monday. You have 1 minute to complete the challenge. Okay, that's a pretty big challenge. That's going to be difficult. Alright, here we go. Oh, man. Palms are starting to sweat. This is going to be tough. Oh, wait. Hey. Nice. Okay. Good. I think we're making good time here. And then, oh wait, that's a red light. Oh man, this is totally gonna throw off. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, I think I see something in the distance, and boom, yes. Oh, 1 to go. Oh man. Oh, this is very. Wait, hold on, and okay, well, I guess yeah, that wasn't very hard at all. You win. Okay, well, I guess you are the master of parking in downtown Topeka. Okay, that's a bit of a letdown, really. Wow. Well, to sum up my thoughts on Downtown Topeka Boom Boom Parking Challenge, it's very pretty to look at. Parking your car in downtown Topeka, it's very pretty. But it's way too easy. So, yeah, I don't know what you make of that. Now, something I noticed on the back of the box here, it says, for more challenging gameplay experience, try other games from Misperception Games. They have titles like Mass Street Parking Mania, or the Wild Wild Westridge Parking Challenge. Those don't sound fun at all.
In the silt. On the highway into town, riding, passenger to Topeka, I hold up my index finger and prick it on the Capitol's copper spindle. By the time I reach 4th Street exit, I am sleeping, I dream. I am walking beside the brown river, and I stumble on a chunk of limestone. I am bleeding and the light is dimming. I kick at the litter and unearth a tiny city with tiny people riding little trolleys. Gas lights glint merrily and groups are laughing like children. I believe in my dream that I have found the real town where I ought to have grown up, where I see the founders tapping umbrella tips on newly minted brick sidewalks, a fountain with lions' mouths trickling streams, the river silting its way past picnics, miners in an alley absorbing jazz echoes, a lunch crowd gathering for a corner performer, a city that is a good place for playing, a city like a sandbox for building. I try to draw the pieces up into the many layers of an apron I am suddenly wearing, there on the riverbank, fumbling and bleeding. I gawk, awake. The massive Capitol leers over me awash in its amber nightlight, and my bus moves west, hissing exhaust into downtown, the river behind me receding, silting sand against its old banks.
I'm John Airy, and I love Topeka. Growing up and playing sports in the capital city, you hear stories of all the local athletes who've gone on to amazing careers on the college and pro level. Guys like Pittsburgh Steeler Warren Seitz, New York Yankee Mike Torres, or Coach Dean Smith. They all got their start here in Topeka, but there is one athlete who I don't think has received his due. His name is Gil.
Well, actually, my first name is Francis, but I never did like it. So I went by my daddy's name for 50 years, which was Gilbert Carter.
Gil holds a pretty amazing record that has yet to be broken.
They said it's the longest home run ever, so 733 feet. It was 2 blocks from the ballpark.
You heard him right. 733 feet. When the Cubs had assigned Gil to the Carlsbad Potashers of the Class D minor leagues, they never could have imagined this.
And that ball went over everything. I stood there, I guess, about 3 seconds and watched it. And I could feel my bat give about that much. That's one of the kind of bats I used down there. And I guess they talked about it for about a month.
The official scorekeeper that night just happened to be a service-trained aerial photographer. He was flown out over the field the next day and photographed the scene. The monstrous stroke was measured and verified.
They said it's never been matched all this time. That's 51 years ago.
Gil is a walking encyclopedia of baseball history, having played with several icons of the game.
See, I played against Willie Stargell, Johnny Lewis.
His assessment of current LA Dodgers manager Joe Torre as a player?
He was a better catcher than he was a hitter.
And what about the man who recruited him to the Cubs organization? Negro League legend Buck O'Neil.
Buck was the kind of guy, everybody liked him, and he had that personality. He didn't meet any strangers. And he was a jokester too. He was a lot of fun. He carried on a lot of jokes. But all the guys loved him.
Gil has all of his sports memories compiled into this photo album.
Well, I went for my daughter. A lot of this wouldn't even been in here. And that's when I broke that home run record down there in Carlsbad.
He credits much of his early success in sports to his upbringing on his parents' Topeka farm.
I weighed 180 pounds in junior high school. That's when I was playing football. I'd run over. I didn't run around them. I ran over them because I had to toss hay and feed the animals every morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, I had to get up, cut wood, go in the cook stove and heating stove, and feed the animals before I went to school. And I walked through the 2 cemeteries to get to school to East Topeka every morning.
Gil stays active in the community through his work with the YMCA.
Now I go around and get bats and helmets and breast protectors for the kids up there at the Y.
Recently, he was honored for his volunteer work by the Kansas City Royals.
Darren, out there at Big Brother and Big Sisters, I guess wrote him a letter, about me being a big brother, and they honored me on that too. And I got a letter in the mail that for me to be in Kansas City, April the 26th. They were going to honor me, and I sit in Buck O'Neill's red chair there in the stadium, and they honored me with the plaque and whatnot.
Gil Carter, a Topekan whose heart is as big as his record-setting home run is long. He's just another reason I love Topeka.